Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Utah Jazz crushed the Memphis Grizzlies 133-109. Yeah, I mean, they won this game by 24 points and got outscored by 9 points in the second half. So they were going into halftime. The Utah Jazz were winning this ball game by 33 points. This is just an absolute crushing defeat for the Utah Jazz. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, they're now 0-5. Who would have thought in the first 5 games the Memphis Grizzlies would be 0-5? I'm not going to say me, but I thought they were going to be this bad. I'm proud to say it. I had them losing this. When I talked about the Memphis Grizzlies and previewing their season a little bit in my Western Conference standings predictions, I said, all right, first game, they're going to lose the Pelicans. Second game, they're going to lose to the Nuggets. But then I said against the Wizards, they're going to win against the Wizards. They lost against the Wizards. That's disappointing too. They only lost by 7 points, but they were down by like 25 points or 26 points at one time in that ball game. I know the Wizards have some solid players, but that's that's not good. And then I also said they lose to the Utah Jazz. I mean, there's big things. I thought, the loss of Tyus Jones in the trade that we're trading for Marcus Smart was going to really hurt them. I thought he was a really huge part to their team. Sometimes as a starter when John Morant was either hurt or away from the team or just off the bench, being the backup point guard. He was a big part of their team. And then losing Steven Adams, who is an amazing center. It's not just all about John Morant. I think it's a big part of Tyus Jones and Steven Adams missing him for the whole season and Tyus Jones being gone. I think that's a big reason of the way they're playing right now. Honestly, I'll tell you this. If they had Tyus Jones and they had Steven Adams right now and John Morant was still suspended, the Grizzlies would probably be 2-3 or 3-2. It would be a different basketball team. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to recover from this. I'm not saying they're not going to be able to recover from 0-5. Look at the Sacramento Kings last year. They started off the season 0-4, and they finished the season as the 3 seed. But this is what it's going to be like for the first 25 games of the season, and it's a hard schedule. Look at the next 20 games for the Grizzlies. They have a hard pathway. They definitely have winnable games. I probably say they probably have 9 to 12 winnable games in the next 20 games. In the next 20 games, I think they have in the area of 8 to 10 potential wins. So in looking at it in that way, John Morant's coming back from suspension with either 8-17 record. Either you're looking at it either John Morant coming back and the team's 8-17 or 8-17 or 10-15 or maybe even 9-16. And who knows if they'd be able to come back from that. Maybe. Who knows? I don't think it's going to be good for this Memphis Grizzlies team. Ultimately, I think they'll probably finish as the 12th seed in the West. But it's early on in the season. Maybe they can get it figured out. But after watching this game tonight, seeing watching what I witnessed, it's just not feeling confident about these Memphis Grizzlies right now. But a great win for the Utah Jazz. Enough about the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz because they had a great win. Yes, they're 2-3, but they've had some hard opponents. Their losses are all against good teams. I mean, they lost to the Suns, the Kings, and I can't remember their other loss. The Suns, the Kings, and I can't remember God help me, I can't remember their other loss. But they've been losing to good teams in the Western Conference so far this season, and beat the Grizzlies tonight. They beat the Clippers a couple of nights ago. What was that? Probably Saturday or Friday. So the Jazz aren't looking too bad. Lauri Markkanen played 28 minutes, scored 19 points. Jordan Clarkson scored 26 points. Had 26 minutes on 20 points. 23 points in 22 minutes for Collin Sexton. Besides that, John Collins had 16. Lauri Markkanen had 19. Already went over him. There wasn't any other players in double figures for the Jazz. For the Grizzlies, 19 points for Jaren Jackson Jr., 21 points for Desmond Bane, 12 points for Vincent Williams, 12 points for Kenneth Lofton Jr. There wasn't any other players for the Memphis. Or Marcus Smart had 11 points, and there wasn't any other players for the Memphis Grizzlies in double digits. Marcus Smart did have 4 steals, though, in the game. The Jazz win at 133-109. That's a disappointing loss for the Grizzlies, and they're 0-5 Let me know in the comment section. Did you think the Memphis Grizzlies would be at 0-5 at this point? I would have thought they would have beat the, it's not hard to, the Western Conference is hard, especially when you're playing teams against the Pel. I know when they start off 0-4, people were making the excuse, all right, well, we lost to the Pelicans. They're a really good team. We lost to the Nuggets. They're a really good team. I mean, that's good excuses, and we're missing our best player. But then you lose to the Wizards, and you're down by 25 at one point. That's when you're okay. All right, what's going on here? And then they lose to the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, you can say, oh, the Dallas Mavericks are a really good team as well. But they didn't have Kyrie, and they pretty much got crushed. They lost by 15, and we're down at 20 at one point, I believe. And now tonight, just completely crushed by the Utah Jazz. So I just not feeling confident about this Memphis Grizzlies team right now. That's the video, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.